Good morning. All right, it's Thursday morning. I am Warner Springs. I just parked up here by the PCT trailhead across from the fire station, and I'm gonna head towards the Eagle Rock and see how close I can get to Barrel Springs and then turn around and come back. So if I went all the way, it would be 16.8 miles, something like that. If I don't make it all the way, I'm just gonna go as far as I can go. So physically, I feel like I can make it, but time-wise, the days seem like they're a little bit shorter here, and I may not be as quick as I need to be. I'm just gonna see what I can do today, but I know this is a beautiful hike through here, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, starting to get close to the meadows. Per usual PCT style, a lot of climbing out of camp. But I'm coming up out of a bowl that is Warner Springs, so it's to be expected. I'm learning what I need to change before my actual through hike, and I'll definitely go over that with you guys and do like things that I'm gonna make sure that I do. I wouldn't say necessarily differently, but things that I want to change prior to going after this training trip. It's really showed me a lot as far as what I need to improve.
I feel very fortunate to be out here again. Remember, this is like the path where I was like getting all emotional. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I was like talking about how grateful I was to be out here, and I might never get a chance to come through here again. Well, that's kind of silly. I can come out here and visit whenever I get a chance to take vacation and do that, but check out that path behind me. It's pretty much the same in front of me. A lot of this is going to be field walking. I'll be back up in the hillsides though. A couple water sources also. I'm very thirsty today. The wind's blowing, it's really dry. I haven't been drinking enough, and I can definitely tell when I need to drink more, but today I'm actually feeling really thirsty and I haven't felt that yet. So I'm gonna get some extra water at the creek, make sure I'm staying well hydrated.
Perfect little manzanita tree. Well, that makes me sad. Look at that. Just so top heavy, and the ground's been so soft with all the rains that I've seen a lot of that with the trees and big barrel cactus. They just get so heavy, and it's too bad. We're taking advantage of all the water and plumping up, and then they're too heavy. So right along the path here by San Ysidro Creek, there's a lot of great places to camp. I always see a lot of PCTers stopped along here. But yeah, there's a lot of great places to tent along this creek. So San Ysidro Creek runs pretty close to the trail for a little bit. It's always interesting seeing it from the going backwards perspective. It feels like a different trail, which is kind of cool. So I guess if you've done the PCT completely northbound and you want to do it again, try doing it southbound. Definitely looks different, and depending on the time of year, the light of the day, it can look completely different. I think that's fascinating, and you never get bored. All right, there goes Dave. Dave is one of the guys that I met on the trail a couple times. It's an Indian grinding stone. Isn't that cool? Yeah, he pointed that out to me. I probably would have just walked right by it. That's so cool. So yeah, Dave is out here section hiking, and then Eric, who was trailing behind him, he actually left from Campo, and he's headed to Canada already. He's a mountaineer, so he's well equipped to go through the Sierra really early. That's what he wanted to do. So that's freaking awesome. It's cool to see that there's people out here too. So I'm not out here by myself. There's people out here training and actually doing the hike already. That is why it's cool going backwards or southbound on the trail. That's neat. Looking behind you and seeing all that. Well, when I'm going forwards, many times I'm not paying attention to what I've just come through. Definitely windy out here. Whew. All right, I'm leaving the fields for now and heading up into the hillsides. And I'll be back to the fields in a little bit this afternoon. I was trying to race through the field, just trying to make up a little bit of time. Whew. And I think I'm gonna be climbing for a little bit here. So I'll put the phone away. All right, I was wrong. There's one more little bit of field here before I climb up into the hillside over there. I'm at mile 103, so I have 1.9 to go before I turn around. I'll just probably take like a quick break, well, for lunch, and head on back. Got windy up here. So that's Montezuma Valley Road over there. That runs right next to that parking lot that's by Beryl Springs. All right, I'm almost there. I've arrived at Beryl Springs, and I know Ghost was back here recently to clean this out. Thank you, Ghost. He takes really good care of the spring. So I'm just gonna stay here and take lunch. Yeah, I camped right there last year. And then I'll just head back on down the trail. I've got 8 more miles, 8.4 miles to get back. I just took a 30-minute lunch here at Beryl Springs, so I'm getting ready to head on back. I want to get back before dark, so if I leave now, I should get there in plenty of time before it gets dark. There's a little bit of climbing on the way back, but it's not that bad. I think most of it was on the way here. So there's only a couple stretches where there's climbing. The rest of it's pretty coasty, so it should go pretty quickly. People slide on these roads. Better walk fast. Look how green the hillsides are. Just in case anybody's wondering about wildflowers out here in these meadows by Warner Springs, I don't see really anything yet. I mean, there's like a few little tiny ones here and there, but it's very sporadic. But give it a few weeks, I think it's going to be really, really nice out here. Yeah, last year was okay. It was a pretty dry year, so I think this year is going to be really, really nice. Holes everywhere. I'm making really good time coming back. I'm getting ready to get close to the San Ysidro Creek again, and I'll be crossing over that. Nice little climb right after that, and then from there it should be pretty quick on the way back. But like I said, I'm doing really good time. I did 2.9, almost 3 miles in an hour, which is pretty fast for me. I mean, granted, this is pretty flat terrain, but still, I mean, there's still some climbing to do. So I feel like I'm doing really well with that. I hate to lose the little bit of cardio I gained this week being out here doing these longer distances, but gotta go home and work again, figure out how to make the most of the time I have and try to work on those things. So if any maintenance crews for the PCT are watching this video, if you want a project to do, these posts all the way to the, I mean, every single post is laying on the ground, pretty much, except for maybe a couple that were by the San Ysidro Creek, but there's been at least 4 or 5 of them. They're all just laying on the ground, so just FYI, if you're looking for something nice to do for the trail.
It's so freaking cool to be out here in the middle of this field all by myself. I haven't seen anybody other than Dave and Eric earlier. And oh, there was a couple that hiked up to Eagle Rock, turned around from there and went back. But that's all I've seen all day today, and hiking 16.8 miles.
All right, Eagle Rock, we'll see you soon. Next time I come through here, I'll be heading towards Canada. All right, well, there's the last of the pasture lands. Heading back up into the trees, and I'm on the last stretch to Warner Springs, so making really good time. And once I get up this little climb here, it's all gonna be downhill, nice and fast. My feet are sore though, so I can't pound them too quickly downhill, but nothing is like painful, which is good. My knees are cooperating, and there's nothing that's painful. It's just sore. I did a lot of miles today.
I was actually running down the hills a little bit back there. Probably not too smart. Pretty high impact when you have a backpack on, but it felt good. And there's some really steep sandy slopes, and I don't know, sometimes I think it hurts worse to try to slow yourself down with walking down those. So I sort of like bend my knees a little bit and just kind of run down them, and it feels actually really good because I'm using more of my quadriceps instead of my knees. So I think it helps.
All right, almost there. You know, my short little legs. I don't quite have the clearance that a lot of people have. Okay. Whew.
All right, I'm parked by the fire station at Warner Springs again tonight, and this time I just double checked with the firefighters next door that were outside, and they're like, yeah, it should be fine. We see people park over there overnight all the time, so should be fine. But anyway, I parked up next to this big truck next door, and then there's this huge old looking oak tree on the other side. But all right, so I'm really ready to relax. I'm so tired. That was a long day today, but I did really good. So I'll check in with you guys in a little bit after I get settled back in. I'm getting ready to take a bath. By how I can inside the camper. It's a little bit difficult, but I wanted to show you what I'm doing so that I can get cleaned up. I've done a pretty good job of spot cleaning everything, but it would be nice if I could stay at a hotel on the way home to you know, take a proper shower. But I'm keeping clean enough. It's fine, and changing my clothes and all that stuff. But I just want to show you real quick what I'm doing.
So down here on the floor, I've got a bunch of water inside my Sea to Summit bucket, and
Obviously this is the toilet also, but I took the toilet liner out of here. It's completely sanitary, and just using the Sea to Summit bucket for cleaning, like myself, cleaning clothes. That's all that's for. So there's water in there. And then over here I've got my clean clothes ready to go. And then I've got my washcloth and soap, and also my towel here. Pretty basic stuff, but I'm in this parking lot where it's pretty secluded right now, and I have very dark tint on my windows. I'm just gonna go ahead and bathe. I'm not really too worried about if anybody comes along. I'll close those curtains really fast. Good morning, guys. It's Friday and I am leaving for home now. I'm just leaving Warner Springs. I went to the gas station, knocked the nozzle out of the gas tank somehow, and it was shooting gas everywhere, so I stink. That's all good. But I'm just starting my trip back to San Antonio. I just decided, because of the weather, there's high winds here today, up to 40-50 mile per hour gusts, and in the mountains it's supposed to be even more. I think I'm just gonna head home because there's rain coming on the other end of this towards Texas after Sunday. So I have a great 2 days of travel to get back home before the weather starts to turn. Anyway, I'm just gonna use that as my indication to leave while it's good, and I'm leaving with a strong desire to stay and keep hiking. So I think that's great, and it just shows that I'm really excited about being out here and hiking this year, and I can't wait to come back. So I'm gonna get on the road. I got a long trip ahead. I had to drive by Scissors on my way out. Anyway, Scissors Crossing, this is mile 77 trailhead of the PCT. So I thought I would stop and just kind of say, see you later, PCT. I'm really excited to come back out, and I'm so glad I'm leaving on a high note because it's just making me that much more excited for my thru hike that's coming up pretty quickly. I'm going to, I just made some breakfast, some cold soaking some stuff for myself, and I'll eat that a little bit up the road. I'll probably stop in Anza, Borrego Desert somewhere, just to have a quick second breakfast. Actually, first breakfast. All I had was just a handful of pecans. So I'll just stop there and probably take a quick break before I head on out. This is where you reconnect with the PCT going northbound back towards Warner Springs. I'm down here at Ocotillo Wells, down here being down in the desert floor. So I came from that direction, and I just had a quick breakfast, some eggs, some chicken packet, some cheese, and some nuts, and I gotta get going. But pretty cool. There's lots of campers like strewn about everywhere. So I ended today in Deming, New Mexico at a Best Western here, and I decided to stay in a hotel instead of my truck tonight because it's supposed to be about 18 degrees tonight, and I've been sleeping out in the truck all week and did really good. I think I could do it and be warm enough under all the covers, but I've been doing this all week, and I really would like a shower and just to be in a room for a night. So this is the first time I've been inside an actual room since I left San Antonio. But I mean, I love being in the truck. It was fine, but yeah, 18 is a little deep for me. But I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep, and then I'll be back on the road tomorrow for another 8 hours, a little over 8 hours to get back to San Antonio. I'm just going to head on back home, and then put together some things about my trip for you guys, and let you know how it went with the camper conversion, and what I thought of being in it, and what I would change and do differently, and what I liked and didn't like, those sorts of things.